Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this Money Making Sunday. Really the last full card we'll have for a week. So we're going to enjoy this one while we got it. Or you can take, a little time off. But I know me, man. I'm always looking for some action. And action we have today, full schedule of Major League Baseball, a really good WNBA card. I know there's a lot of you betting tennis today. So a lot going on today in the sports land. I'm here to break it down for the most part what we can. Got a good crew of guys with me: Ruffalo, Mitch, Kurt, and Jovan to be here in a second. So Money Making Sunday, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's go ahead and get her done. Chris Ruffalo, how you doing, sir?
Doing good, Jay, man. Yeah, you blink and all of a sudden we're at the All-Star break. Like we just felt like we were just talking about, opening day and the opening series of these
Nah, for real.
teams, a few weeks ago. And now we're all of a sudden going into the second half of the season. But like you said, Money Making Sunday, I'm ready to break it down with you and talk it over with the guys.
That is crazy, man. It just seemed like, opening day wasn't that long ago. And now here we are at the All-Star break. Mitch, what's happening?
Nothing much, like you guys say. The halfway point of the season was actually a couple of weeks ago, so it's like we're almost at the 100-game mark. We're almost at the 2/3. There's 160 games, so we're heading closer actually to the 2/3 done mark. So it flies by fast. And the thing is, after the All-Star break, really, well, of course, after the All-Star break is Christmas in July, but after Christmas in July, then we have NFL preseason. Then we have the college football starts, regular season college football on Labor Day, NFL, and then suddenly it's where's the jam session all over again, right? It's Chris doing 100 college football videos, basketball, hating life, yelling at his editor.
These are the times where I wish you had that flashback sound, the little twinkle.
Oh yeah, it's but to me, it's like I love the baseball season. I kind of like it's a natural progression, and the NBA Finals just ended a couple weeks ago, so it's a good chance to recharge, and it kind of makes that whole push, in September, makes you appreciate it more. So I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kurt, my man, how you doing?
I'm good. I mean, I gave out that parlay yesterday and 3+ money plays, and I ended up not taking it. It was like plus 1,000. So everything went well besides me not taking my own parlay, but I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Hey, I've done that before. I do that a lot. Sometimes, you give out a parlay on the morning show and the day just goes on. You bet your premiums, you bet, and then sometimes you just look and be like, damn, I did not put that parlay in, and then it cash.
Yep.
I've been there. Other than that, I'm doing good today, man. Money Making Sunday. Just trying to put the pieces together. Hey, what we are 36 hours from that college football dropping. So yeah.
Yep.
I'm pumped. I'm turned. And it drops perfectly for the All-Star break. So I'll be on there. So that's what I got going on right now. What about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I got the Euros and Copa final today, so that's really what I put my focus on today. I mean, I've been hot in the MLB lately, but I think today is actually a really, really tough card. So I'm more focused towards soccer today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is going off today. We got some summer league going on today too. So that's what I said. It's a lot going on today.
Yeah.
On this Money Making Sunday. Jovan, how you doing today?
Last day of baseball before the All-Star break. Time to get a refresher for for a few days. Definitely needed. Yesterday, not so well. Gave a couple back. You know, um, the surefire winner I had was Cincinnati on the run line. You know, they tried to give it up, but they just Miami just wouldn't let them. You know what I'm saying? So it was just one of those things where we got the job done there. Plus money on the run line, so it all my plays were money line plays. So I mean, were plus money plays rather. So you know, when you're taking plus money, plays that drop, and you're hitting it, you hit one that that's a plus money play. It doesn't look as bad as you know a favorite. Say -130, -120. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, but don't worry. The YouTube commenters will let you think that it's twice as bad, because you knew they weren't going to win. It was just a stupid play. I knew it. You busted up my parlay.
Right. For me, listen. For me, it was the selection process because I had Boston on the radar. I had the under on the radar. I just been letting the total slip on, not even putting those out, and I should because that's my wheelhouse. But yeah, the Yankees, I gave that as a free pick. You know what I mean? So, I had them. I just didn't properly place them in the premium area.
Well, how about Dallas Keuchel throwing an absolute gem out there, and the Brewers bullpen losing it? It's like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. I mean, and that's a situation where I don't bet on Dallas Keuchel, so I left it alone. He pitched a good game and they ended up losing.
No, I know. They were winning 5-0.
Right.
It was 5-0 in the first inning. They got the pitcher out of there. I forget who it was. They got him out of there in the first inning. He didn't even make it out of the first inning. Who was it, Chris?
Mitchell Parker.
Yeah, Parker.
Yeah.
Mitchell Parker. He didn't even make it out of the first inning. And I'll tell you what, it could have been a lot worse than the 5 runs.
Yep. We'll talk about all this here a little in depth in a minute, man. It's a nice schedule today. It is. It's an early schedule today, too. We got games starting in about an hour. So let's get her done. First game up, we got the Yankees and the O's. 10:35 start time for me here in Dallas. We got the Royals and the Red Sox, and we got the Athletics and the Phillies. I think this is a good start to the day right here. 3 solid games or 2 solid games, and maybe a potential huge money line dog. We'll talk about it. Ruffalo, batting first today. What you thinking here?
Yeah, I gotta lean towards the Orioles at home. I just haven't liked what I've seen from Carlos Rodon. Just do it. Just do it. Get it over with.
Ruffalo. You love the love him.
You're gonna marry him. You're gonna go on that. I saw the beach house proposal last night, man, out on the beach, and think.
Did you like the rose petals?
The Orioles too.
So the orange rose petals were the nice touch.
It'll be like the Super Bowl champion confetti drop, but just rose petals. Ruffalo in the shower.
And just like the slow motion. It's like I'm doing like the slow motion basking in the moment, but it's like everybody else is in real time and they're like, what the hell is this guy doing?
Be like, I love you.
But yeah,
I know
you're starting the day off taking the O's.
Of course. It's like the sky is blue. You're taking the Texas Rangers, and I'm taking the Baltimore Orioles. Now the reason being is like I just don't like what I've seen from Carlos Rodon. I mean, the dude's been getting roughed up in his last 5 starts. The Yankees have lost each of his last 5 starts. Just hard for me to think that the Orioles get swept here. They haven't looked good offensively in this 5-game losing streak, scoring 4 runs combined, but I think this is a spot where they bounce back. Dean Kramer, not the money machine he was last year, but I think he think he bounces back. I mean, I like Dean Kramer. I like Stop it. And give me the Royals here. Another team I love. Against the Red Sox. Again, another pitcher I don't like, Brian Bayo. I know it's one of Jay's guys, but he's been getting hit hard, especially at home. So give me the Royals here to win the rubber match.
Fair enough.
What was the other game? It was the
A's Phillies.
Orioles.
Phillies, yeah.
A's Phillies. Skipping that one.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm still seeing TBD for the Phillies. If anything, I need to lean to the A's again, but I like them a lot better against a lefty.
I see Orion Kirk.
Oh, it's a
Kirky?
bullpen game for the Phillies.
Yeah, Orion Kirking. What you think here, Mitch?
I think that over in that Yankees-Orioles game, I think both these pitchers are straight ass. We had Rodon pegged from game 1 of the season for a regression, and all of a sudden he fooled us. He kind of did a head fake and acted like he was going to be a professional pitcher worth $37 million a year. And he reminded us that he's not, that he's just another one of these overpaid guys in Major League Baseball, which, is all the things that are wrong. I might be overstating his salary. It might just be Carlos Rodon's salary. He makes only $22 million. I'm sorry. It's the low end of his contract. He has a massive one, but I think it's like one of those ones that progressively gets bigger and bigger. So the Yankees have some really good things to look forward to. It's Corbin-esque, and I think that they're in big trouble with that one. But Dean Kramer's is not any good. I don't care how much Chris loves him. Gave him the massage, got him on the massage table. It's like, but yeah, I'm going with the over in that one. Royals Red Sox here. This is another tough one for me. It's like has been no play all day. Bayo's been terrible. He's been getting hit, especially at home, is where he's really taken his worst damage. But the Royals, like we saw yesterday, if they don't feel like hitting, then it doesn't matter who's pitching. They're not going to hit. We saw Kyle Freeland, almost no hitting them early, just a couple of weeks ago. That's how bad this team is hitting. And Singer, we know he's good, this season, but we also know, and he's got, recently 2 ERA or something. But the Royals bullpen is still ass. The Red Sox are free swinging it, and the thing is that, the Royals, I think this team's them and the Mariners, I think, are headed for the regression, right? They're the ones. The team I left out yesterday when you asked me who else to look out for, the Diamondbacks are the other team. I forgot to mention in that mix because they look exactly what they did last year, kind of flying under the radar. All of a sudden now they're a few games under 500. Nobody even notices it. They have Star Wars night. Suarez is Chewbacca. It's like it's getting a hit. It's bad for everyone. It's like it's weird because Walker is always Skywalker, and then he says he's never even seen a Star Wars movie. I'm not like a Star Wars buff, but I know that they always make Walker Skywalker, and it's like he's like I've never even seen a Star Wars movie. Like even the bobblehead night, we made the Star Wars, and it was like he's like I've never even seen Star Wars. But anyways, we'll get to that later on. It was Suarez as Chewbacca, so it's always the one we're wondering. And then Phillies A's. I mean, this is a tough one too. The A's are they're just a bad team, and I mean, I think we just have some decisions to make here. It's like, number one, are we going to root for them when they're in Vegas? I'm sure we're going to end up going to a lot of games there, once they're in Vegas. And, number two, will they start to invest in their team once they're there? And I think they will. I think, the A's historically have been a really good team. Or do you think they're mad at Bryce Harper for the comments he made about them moving? Maybe they're taking out on him today. So it's another thing that's possible. But like Chris said, this is a bad game between we got a bullpen game. I think you lay the run line with the Phillies, maybe 2.5. It's like, I don't know. It's not a game I'm rushing to bet. I don't like either of these three. But, I mean, I still think the oddest comment was Bryce Harper saying, oh, the A's belong in Oakland. It's like, dude, they were in Philly, the same city that you play in, man. It's like that's where they were before. Doesn't make sense. The guy, every time he speaks, man.
They hating on them Red Sox today. You taking them?
I'm looking at the under here, actually. The Royals have the highest under rate on the road in the MLB at 61.5%. Singer's actually been pretty good in day games. He has a 2.04 day ERA across 10 starts. And I know Bayo can get hit, but it seems like one of these two teams in this series has really not stepped up at the plate. Both these games have gone under in the first two games of the series. And I think 9.5 is just too high of a line with how we've seen these first two games go in this one. So I'm actually going to go with the under 9.5 here. I don't really know who's going to win this one. I don't like the side. I like the under. And I think the other two are really, really tough. I'm not going to lean either side. I would maybe lean the over in the Phillies versus A's. The A's have actually been hitting the ball decent in this series, and Phillies are finally healthy and scored 11 runs yesterday. So I'd probably lean over 10 in that one. And no real opinion on the Yankees Orioles. I think that one's really tough in terms of over, under, and sides. So that's what I have in that slot.
Jovan, what you got from here?
Yeah, I don't know what's so tough about that Oakland Phillies game. Last time we saw Joey Estes, he was busy giving up 8 runs in the second inning in Fenway Park. And with the way the Phillies swing the bat, I think they carry them through. I think they get the double digits again. I don't care who's on the mound for the Phillies. This is a Stendo clip play. So give me the over, give me the Phillies on the Stendo clip, whatever you got to do to get it to plus money. And
sounds good to me. I'm in.
I'm with.
Didn't take much.
I'm with Kirk on the under. First 2 games, like you said, stayed under. And like I said, I missed the boat on the unders both nights. Had it on my radar, but didn't pull the trigger either day. I'm gonna pull the trigger today on the under.
Shocker for me, I'm laying it with the Red Sox. I'm just gonna take them straight up on the money line. Taking my guy Bayo, loving that dirty water. 2 teams, similar record, but 2 teams I feel like are going in opposite directions. I feel like the Red Sox are primed and getting ready to make the postseason, while the Orioles next year is probably going to be their year. Bayo, no doubt about it, he has been hit. The thing about it is the Red Sox be winning even though he be getting hit. And it's not like the Royals bats are scaring me right now anyway. So they played better recently. I'll give the Royals that, but I think the Red Sox are this sizable favorites over the Royals for good reason, because they are the better team. They've been the better team over the full course of the month. And I think we'll see that all play out here today on Sunday. I love betting the Red Sox on like them Sunday day games, like them the games they feel like they show up. Give me them dirty water today. I'm going to take a shot on the A's, man. I might be on an island. Joey Estes did get cranked in his last one, but we've also seen him have some really solid outings. We also seen him pitch really well on the road against the Twins. So if there was a sleepy spot or a sleepy series loss here for the Phillies, it would be against the A's, bro. I just see it that way, man. I just see it that way. And to me, they not taking it serious with the bullpen game. All right. I'm finna mess around and lose today to them A's again and lose the series. Yankees O's. Chris loves them O's.
Loves them.
He loves them. I would actually lean with him today on the O's. It's hard for me to see the Yankees sweeping anybody. Yeah, they did finally get them a series dub. Shout out to them, because, man, they ain't had one of them in over a month. But O's getting swept at home. Dean Kramer, y'all know how I feel about him, but I think today he has a decent
Chris
outing.
loves him. Chris loves him.
I think Kramer has a decent outing today, and I lean towards Baltimore. I don't take Baltimore often, so that's how you know I actually really do lean towards them a little bit.
Jade loves the Orioles.
I hate the O's. Next slot, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Guardians and the Rays. We got the Rockies and the Mets, and we got the Dodgers and the Tigers. That Dodgers-Tigers has been a hell of a series. Mitch, what you got here in these first 3?
I got to read my tweet of the century that I read on Twitter. You guys know I go on Twitter about 5 times a year, and the tweet of the century just happened to happen. This is why I don't go on Twitter. Here's what another handicapper from a competing site tweeted out. Okay. I would like to say thank you to everyone who purchased my Game of the Year Friday. The response was beyond tremendous. Unfortunately, the Mets at -1.5 run line did not hold leads of 7-2 and 7-3 in the seventh inning, and only won 7-6 against the Rockies, who averaged less than 4 runs on the road. Basically, you lost. You made a pick that was negative runs and negative odds, called it your Game of the Year, lost, and are now making excuses for your shit-ass pick. I mean, God, man. Thankfully, we don't have people like that on our website, man. That's all I gotta say. And that's what it's like. I mean, my God, man. It's like it's a true tweet, man. You guys can see I was reading it. I'm not gonna tell you what site it was from, but it rhymes. Not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it, but let's just say there's a stone in somewhere in the guy's last name of the handicapper that wrote that. Anyways. I gave it a bad pick. It was negative runs and negative odds. I lost, and now I'm going to make excuses about it. It's like, I think the Rockies have actually covered like 1 million run lines in a row, anyways, on the road, or like 14 out of 15 or something. And even though they don't win games, they at least cover. Anyways, Rockies Mets today, though, I kind of like the Rockies on their run line once again, plus the 1.5. I think just in sympathy of that tweet and how pathetic it was, sad, at the same time, educational. I'm going to take, I think, if there's one thing I know about cappers that lay negative runs and negative odds, I'm going to fade the rest, and I'm going to fade this guy. I don't know who he has today, but my guess, if he's been there once before, he's probably going to go back to the well. Herman Marquez hasn't pitched yet this season. It's weird that the Rockies would bring him out right before the All-Star break, but they figure maybe he'll get a few days off. But he's actually not a bad pitcher, and he's been mentioned. He's one of those guys that has always had like a world of potential. Quintana's been pretty good too, but I think that the Rockies at least keep it respectable. I don't know if they get the win, so you can get about -110 at plus the 1.5. So generally, I say let's go for the big payer, which I might do, right? I mean, it's not going to take I'm sure Jay's going to take the Rockies and he's going to talk me into it, but just part of the reason part of the reason I missed the show. Just not cashing in those giant payers like I was. I'm cashing in a lot of big payers, but not like, not having like the $22,000 days I did when I was on the show. So that's that one. The other one is the Rays and the Guardians. This is another good one. Ben Lively is starting to look like Ben Lively once again. Pepio is starting to look like the guy that they traded Tyler Glasnow for. The Rays know their shit, man. It's like no doubt about it. Tyler Glasnow's on the injured list with an ERA headed towards the mid-4s, exactly like what they probably figured that he was going to be. And here comes Pepio, 2.40 ERA over his last 3 starts. The Rays are charging hard. The Guardians 4-11 in the last 15 in Tampa Bay. It's a freaking mess is what this is. Guardians have, the best record in the American League heading into the break, but not today. They don't. I'm going to take the Rays in this one. And then what was the other one? I got all carried away with that tweet.
Dodgers Tigers.
Dodgers Tigers has been a real, like Jay said, man, crazy, crazy series. And I just who's going to see? This was one I avoided. Let's see.
I don't see anyone for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't see anyone going for the Dodgers. That's why I don't have a pick here. So Bo Brisky going for the Tigers. This is going to be probably another game. I tell you what's been safe in this series is the over. I'm going to go with the over, blindly take the over in the Tigers-Dodgers. I don't like that Detroit pizza too much. It's kind of gotten to like a little bit of a fad recently, but I like the New Haven style, like that thin, crispy, not much of a Detroit pizza style.
Kurt, what you think about this slot, my man?
Yeah, I'm going to take the over in the Mets versus Rockies game. It's cashed in the first 2 games in this series, and it's only at 8.5. I think this is a little too – or it's only at 8 actually on FanDuel where I'm seeing it. I think this reaches 8 at least, probably 9. I'd set the line at 8.5. I think we get a push at least with 8, but I think this Mets and Rockies game is definitely going to go over. As Mitch said, we haven't seen Marquez pitch yet this year, and no one really knows what we're going to get from him. The Mets are hitting the ball pretty well at home recently, so I'm going to take the over in that one. And then, yeah, I kind of agree with Mitch also on Dodgers Tigers. I mean, both these teams have really been hitting the ball well, so I would lean to the over 9 at -118, maybe even 9.5. And Guardians Rays, I think that's the really tough one in this slot. Over under set 7.5. I'd probably lean over just because the Guardians bats have been really good this year. They haven't been that good lately. But I think 7.5 for a Guardians game is a little too low, so I'd probably lean over on that one, but no real opinion on that.
Jovan, what you thinking here?
Yeah, I like the over in the Dodgers Tigers game as well. Bo Brewski, he's on the mound. After what happened to the Dodgers or what they did to themselves late in that game, I expect them to be, focused going into the All-Star break and put up a crooked number against Brewski. Don't know who's pitching for the Dodgers right now. Any ideas?
Mm-mm.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just like the Phillies game, pull out the extendo clip. They had it. They just let it slip. Their bullpen's just trash. But I think they put up enough runs where the bullpen won't matter. Whoever's going in there today, whoever's starting, if he's clicking, I think he'll go relatively deep to set up the bullpen. You know, they shouldn't have let that game slip yesterday. So don't have any confidence in them. The back end of their pitching staff, but got to go back to the well and just say it was a one-off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. For me in this slot, give me the Rays. I think the Rays go into the deadline 500. Go into the All-Star break 500. Guardians, they were slipping a little bit here in the back end of July, but they're going to be just fine coming out of the break. I think I just trust the Rays at home in the Trop. I think that the team that's sub 500 that's favored is favored for good reason over the team that's, a couple games over 500. That's just how I see this one. So give me Tampa at home at the crib, not overcomplicating it. We're expecting the Rays to get back into the thick of things, make, things interesting like they always do. Give me Tampa. Mitch is correct, man. But I've been losing this series, fading the Mets, bro. But I'm not stopping today. Usually, see, this is the spot this season where with the Rockies, I take that game off, and this is the game they win outright. It's just how the Rockies are. It's just who they are, bro. And then tomorrow, Mitch gonna come on the show. Jay, I couldn't believe you went on the Rockies with me. And I'll be like, damn, yeah, I know, man. I know. It's just who they are, man. Baseball, it's an everyday game. You got to forget yesterday happened. You got to look at this game and be like, I think the Rockies have a legitimate chance to win this game outright. I do. That's how I see it. So hopefully Herman don't get blown up his first start. Quintana, we know he's been winning games and he's been pitching solid. I got to give him credit where credit is due. But I wouldn't be surprised if the bullpen gave it up. Kind of like the bullpen tried to do in his last start. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockies kind of got to him, man. The Rockies are a sneaky little bunch. I do love the Rockies. I'm taking them today straight up on the money line, man. Try to get some plus money. And then Dodgers Tigers, I'm not in love with it. I think it's to be real, if I were to play it, I would probably attack the plus money with the Tigers. It's just been that competitive of a series. You even getting damn near even money on the run line with a run in your pocket. You saw the Tigers battle yesterday, come back and get them. I would lean towards Detroit in that one. I'm not totally in love with it, though. But the Dodgers have been low-key limping into the break. I think the Tigers is the way to go there. Next slide up, we got – Ruffalo, you're last in this one. What you got here, my man?
You just didn't want to hear me not take the Rockies.
Because you know why? Because you love the Mets.
Mets, Orioles, World Series.
No, there have been spots where I've taken the dog against the Mets, but here's the thing:
69 World Series, right? Mets, Orioles.
Give me the
rematch, baby. Rematch.
Give me the give me the helpline. Give me 1-800-GAMBLER. Give me the Mets. Give me them minus 2.5 though. I think they tee off on Marquez in his there. See, there it is. I think they tee off on Marquez. Marquez was putting up Alek Manoah numbers in his minor league rehab starts. I mean, he gave up 4 runs in a third of an inning in AAA in his last rehab start. Had a 4.15 ERA in AA. Gave up 4 runs in 2 1/3 in A ball, 4 runs in 3 1/3 in rookie ball. So he's struggling to find his form, and I don't know if he's going to find it here. Yeah, the Mets bullpen's been asked, but the Rockies bullpen has been asked for pretty much the entire season. And if it's going to be an extended bullpen game for the Rockies, if Marquez gets chased early, I don't like their chances here. So I think
you don't like anyone's chances against the Mets.
I don't. The Mets are my World Series champions.
That's badasses, man. Badass.
No, I'm
How many of y'all got the Ruffalo parlay today? The O's Mets. How many in the comments got that?
O's Mets.
I do not.
Pete Alonso home run kicker, and Captain America. Captain America, Pete Alonso.
Okay, now you guys figured it out. No, okay. Give me the Rays. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know. Something just feels weird about this matchup. Ben Lively, like Mitch said, just really starting to fall back down to earth. And these are the kinds of games that the Rays need to win when they have a decent pitching edge. Ryan Pepio's been solid. So I'm going to take the Rays there. And I'm going to take the over 9 Dodgers, Tigers, like what Kirk was saying about this just being a high-scoring series. And Bo Brisky and a Dodgers bullpen game, to me, just doesn't sound like a recipe for a low-scoring battle. So give me the over, Tigers, Dodgers.
Fair enough. We got the Reds and the Marlins, the Pirates and the White Sox, and the Rangers and the Astros. Kirk, talk to me.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite slots of the day. I mean, the Reds have just been beating the teams they need to win. They're 2 or 1 game under 500, and winners of 5 of their last 6, and all of those have been on the run line. We're still getting plus money on the run line. Lodolo has won 6 of his last 7 starts. The Reds have been really, really good under Lodolo. I've been on the Reds both games this series on the run line. I think this is a no-brainer with how they've been hitting the ball. So I'm just going to go with the Reds on the run line again at plus money. And then Rangers, Astros, I think yesterday we saw kind of how intense this series can be. I'm expecting another low-scoring affair here. I'm going to go with the under 8 with Scherzer and Blanco on the mound in that one. And the Pirates, White Sox. I don't really have any opinion. Maybe 2.5 runs with the Pirates, but I don't really love that either. So I'm staying away from that game.
Fair enough. Jovan, what you like here?
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I'm on the Marlins. I know they've been running roughshod on them on the Marlins. The Reds have, and I was on them yesterday, but Nick Lodolo hasn't looked all that well, despite the Reds winning his games. He's consistently giving up 3 to 4 runs in his starts. Meanwhile, Trevor Rogers hasn't pitched that bad, and as long as he has a servable start, I think that the Miami lineup can get to Nick Lodolo and this Reds bullpen, So I'm expecting the outright win from the Marlins to, stop their slide. Good plus money in that one, so that's that on that. And also I expect the over, the pop in that one. I expect a lot of scoring. I'm on Houston. Houston to win this series is, this is the rubber match of this 3-game set. Blanco, He's pitched well against the Rangers. I expect him to have another strong start against them. So he should go deep, which sets up their bullpen nicely, and I think they'll get the job done. And I'm on Pittsburgh. They've been running roughshod on over the White Sox, and I expect nothing else here. I expect a multiple run win. You can pull out the extended clip on that, and that's I'm surprised that I'm saying that with the Pittsburgh Pirates, but they're just a better team, than the White Sox, head and shoulders. So, I believe they're gonna sweep, and they're gonna do it in a big way.
I'm with Kirk in this slot. I really, really, really like this slot. The reason I like this slot is I think every team that I'm finna pick in this slot has real motivation to win. Like a real motivation to win. Give me the Reds, bro. The Reds, boy, y'all better not come out here and lose to the goddamn Marlins and not get back to 500 with Trevor Rogers on that mound, the least profitable pitcher in baseball. Y'all better not do that. We've been targeting the Reds this entire, they had the Rockies and the Marlins. We talked about it. I talked about it right when it came up. I said the Reds got to run the table here and get back to basically 500 if they want any chance of doing anything. And here they are in that exact position. I got to roll with them today. Probably just straight up money line, minus 180. It's ugly. I get it. But you could pair it up with the ace, the all-star, make it a parlay, a two-teamer with my God, Mitch Keller. I can't believe I got that an all-star. No. They gave it to Skeens, man, but I just going to make my guy mad. He finna come out here and throw a gem. Pirates should get this done today, too. Another team, they need to get this done. They need to get this done. They're one game below 500. If they want any chance of getting them back into things, they have to win this winnable game against one of the worst teams in baseball. Heading into the All-Star break, you got time to let your body heal, all that. Give me one more game of doing what you're supposed to do. Give me the Pirates. And then if you're going to defend the World Series title, bro, it's do or die. It's do or die. I lost yesterday on my Rangers. Y'all know how I play on my layout run line. That's just who they are. They won yesterday. They did not win on that run line. Today, in all honesty, I'm probably not going to get as greedy. I'm just going to take my team straight up on the money line. I trust Scherzer. I do. And Blanco, I've been expecting his regression all season. The stickiest stuff we've ever seen.
It's the stickiest stuff.
Hey, man. Y'all knew that. I'm on my Rangers, man. In all honesty, a 50-50 game, and I'm going to take the plus money. We know the Rangers can win in Houston. The season series is 5-4. Like Jovan said, it's the rubber match, Both teams need it. Both teams trying to get back and take the lead in the division. I just think the Rangers have a little more extra motivation because they're 5 games below, and they really got much room for error. So give me the Rangers, the defending World Series champs. Ruffalo, what you think?
Yeah, I'm on the Rangers here, but I also lean towards the under. I think the under is actually probably the stronger play in this one. I'm expecting a pitcher's duel, Blanco and Scherzer. These two teams don't like each other. I think that's just foregone conclusion, and I think this is going to be sort of a playoff type atmosphere. That's what this series has felt like the entire way. So I think it's going to be a low scoring battle. I like the under in that one. I like the Pirates on the run line. I just like what I've seen from Mitch Keller. And I'm just not a Jared Schuster fan. What looks to be a bullpen game for the White Sox. So give me the Pirates run line. And I'm going to take the Marlins run line as well. I think it's going to be a close game. We talk about the Marlins and Trevor Rogers, and he doesn't have a great record, but he's been really competitive in a lot of his recent starts this season. I think this is one run game written all over it, like 4-3. So give me the Marlins plus the 1.5.
Mitch. I like the Marlins money line here against the Reds. I think they beat them. I think Lindor has been terrible lately. He's been getting racked. 4.7 ERA over his last 3. Rogers is actually starting to look the best he's looked since his rookie season. I think the Marlins, you can go reverse run line here in Cincinnati on this one. The Marlins also hitting lefties extremely well, better than the Reds are. So I think they stop the bleeding here. That's kind of what they've done this season. The other one, the Astros and the Rangers, the stickiest stuff these guys have ever seen. Renaud Blanco, I mean, how's this guy not an all-star, right? Because he's the suspension, and this is just how screwed up baseball is, right? A sticky stuff suspension, right? I mean, Nolan Ryan is seen as like one of the best players ever, right? He's punched a guy in the face, right? Been suspended. He's suspended a zillion times. Most of the guys that put forth effort, but now he's seen as a cheater, so he'll never be anything. And the thing is, Bochy picking the reserves for the All-Star game. I mean, it probably took everything that he had within him to put Alvarez there as a DH, because he had no other choice, right? I mean, we know how these managers work of other teams, like when they're the rival and they get to pick the reserves and everything, they're gonna snub their rivals, and also not pick any of their pitchers to pitch in the game. And that's basically that's why he's won 4 World Series, right? Because he knows exactly what he's doing out there. But Renaud Blanco, I mean, this guy seriously should be a Cy Young contender this season. Cole Reagans is there over him. Seth Lugo. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. is already starting. Orioles are represented. I mean, the Royals are represented, man. It's like Renaud Blanco had a no-hitter. He's got like a mid-2, low-2 ERA. It's like it's been crazy good. Max Scherzer, who's looking like he's actually pitching with purpose this season, not just out there throwing for some money. And I think this is an under. This one, Houston and Texas. I think both these, and the first 5, I think is going to be an under as well. What's the third one? Marlins,
White
Reds.
Sox.
Pirates, White Sox.
Oh God, that's what happened. Yeah, this is a bad one because it's like you can't really lay the run line with the Pirates because there's nothing there, right? There's no meat on the bone. Mitch Keller, not an all-star, but another guy who probably is deserving of an all-star. You kind of look at these all-star rosters, and when they start filling in the roster, and every team has to have a representative and all that other stuff. That's where you start to get into these weird things, but. I think Mitch Keller is more deserving to be an all-star this year than he was last year. And it's because the Pirates are not a team that sells a lot of tickets, and they already have Skeens out there, I mean, Hunter Green, the Reds were already represented, and it's not like they're setting the world on fire. Hunter Green is there instead of him. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. In what world, man, would you rather have Hunter Green over Mitch Keller? It's not even freaking close. I mean, if you have a choice between Hunter Green or Mitch Keller, is there anybody taking Hunter Green? I mean, as an all-star? What? One of the top 7 pitchers in baseball or something? What? I mean, I don't see it, man. They already got Ellie De La Cruz is already on the team. He deserved it. I don't see it. Hunter Green, aren't the Reds like 2-47 in Hunter Green's last 49 starts or something? It's something like ridiculous. This is how bad baseball is, man. They just don't even understand the game. It's like they've lost track of the game, man. It's kind of like the do not bet list, right? Where there's so many teams on the do not bet list, you don't even have any teams to choose from anymore for the bet list. It's like, it's like so many. I mean, I asked the Roniacs, man. They got mad. I called them Roniacs, right? It's like, I asked the Roniacs, I'm like, who is actually left on the bet list at this point? It's like, it's kidding. It's a term of endearment, but I mean, these guys, they took it a little rough. But anyways, yeah, I don't even understand it. How is Mitch Keller not an all-star this year? Especially, I mean, when you have Hunter Green, that is. And it's not that the Reds, if the Reds needed to have a guy out there, like one representative, then you would have picked De La Cruz if he hadn't been voted in anyway. It doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, I don't even think it's just Keller. I'm sure if we dug, for 5 seconds, we could find 8 pitchers that I'd rather have out there than Hunter Green, who can't win a game, And I know wins and losses isn't always his fault, but I mean, as Jay has gone to the mat with about 10 million times, you have to at least put your team in position to win. And Hunter Green hasn't really done that. It's his fault when that reliever gives up the 4 runs in the 8th inning. That is Hunter Green's fault. He is responsible.
Fair enough. We got the Nationals and the Brewers, the Cubs and the Cardinals, and the Twins and the Giants. I took them damn Giants yesterday, and they screwed me. I hate the Giants, bro. Damn. I never win taking the Giants, and I never win picking against the Giants. They're just one of them teams for me. I can't never get right. I know y'all probably got some of them teams, and the Giants is one of them for me.
I love the Giants.
I know you love them.
I love the Giants.
I'm gonna leave that game alone. In all honesty, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I can't, in good faith, take the Giants at minus 145. I can't. I know it's Snell, but I can't, bro. In all honesty, bro, I'd probably take the Twins. I'd probably take them. Yeah, I know how I feel about the Twins. I hate the Twins. Two teams I don't like.
You got a 50-50 chance, and you're getting plus money, so
yeah,
nothing bad about that, right?
Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth, so I lean towards Minnesota. Taillon and McCullers on that mound today. Ooh. Do we even gotta say too much, man? Let me get an over. Taillon and McCullers on that mound. I'm taking an over. McCullers, he's pitched all right. You know what I mean? His last game was all right. He did get kind of hit, but we've also seen him get torched by Cincinnati. He gave up 9 earned 3 games ago. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be surprised if the Cubs got to him. And Taillon, we know what's up with Taillon. He's been pitching better here recently too, but I see 3-4 runs coming off his arm today, and the bullpens probably do some damage. Give me an over, Cubs, Cardinals. Not trying to overcomplicate that game. And then Nationals, Brewers. It's hard for me not to want to attack plus money with the Nationals. They've been, really good in this series. And the Brew Crew, they've been limping into the All-Star break, man. The Brew Crew had a sizable lead, and now it's slowly but surely withering away. I don't like what I'm seeing from them. And they're in the middle of a homestand not playing well against 2 sub-500 teams in the Pirates and the Nationals. I mean, I'm just not seeing the pieces be put together for the Brewers, man. And I'm not trying to pay minus 155 with them playing in this style fashion. Jake Irvin, he's serviceable. He did get kind of hit in that last game, but the 3 games prior to that, he went 6 innings, and gave up one earned. So, and that was in Coors, in the Trop, and at home against the Mets. Hey, give me the Nationals here. At plus money. I don't like the way the Brew Crew free falling. What you thinking here, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Nationals as well. Irvin's just been better on the road this season, sub-3 ERA. That last start against the Mets, he faced him in back-to-back starts, and sometimes when he's faced a team back-to-back games, they're going to figure something out against you, and they did that against Irvin. But I haven't been a Colin Ray fan all season long. I think he's starting to see that regression, and you have 2 teams that are heading in different directions against righties. Last 10 games for the Brewers, they're hitting just 204. The Nationals hitting 295 in their last 10 against righties, and the Nationals bullpen's been solid as well. So for me, I'm going to take the Nationals in that one. I'm going to take the Twins and the plus money against the Giants. Just this Twins team against a lefty, they've been crushing lefties last month, and Blake Snell just can't get into a groove. He has like 3 starts in a row, and then he ends up on the injured list again. He just can't get comfortable, get settled. I think the Twins tee off on him here. Do I love Chris Paddock? No, but he's been decent his last couple road starts, so I'll take Minnesota. And that Cubs Cardinals game I don't love, but I'll lean towards the Cardinals. Faded James and Taillon.
Love Taillon. Mitch, what you like here?
I like the Brewers at home on Sundays, man. I just think these Sunday afternoon games, this is when they usually undress teams. I look for them to absolutely batter them. I think after yesterday, I think they go to town on Jake Irvin. I like Jake Irvin. I've won good on him, but the problem is he seems to have like that really big outing and then kind of and everything else. And I think this is going to be one of those everything else's. They backed Ray up pretty good for the better part of the season. The Brewers, they don't want to go into the break on this skid like they are. I think they draw a line in the sand. I think they take out the hammer on the Nationals in this one. I would lay 2.5. These are all the easiest games on the board. I love the Giants against the Twins because I always take the Giants. Fading Chris Paddock is just gravy. It's just a bonus. I love fading Chris Paddock. I love taking the Giants. It's all the world's coming together in one perfect place. And then the other one was another one I really liked. Which one? What was the game? It was
Cubs Cardinals.
Oh God, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Miles Michaelis against the Chicago Cubs makes them his bitch every single time they fucking play. This guy is only on the Cardinals roster. Like, oh my God, how do they keep this guy and keep wheeling him out there with the 6 ERA and whatever? Because their big rivalry, the oldest rivalry in all of sports, is the Cubs Cardinals, and Miles Michaelis takes those Cubs behind the woodshed every single time they play. It's like, I think it's what is it, Chris? 80% of the time that Michaelis starts against the Cubs, the Cardinals beat them, and all of the losses were last season. Now he's already started against them twice this year. Bent them over, in the middle of horrific slumps, right? With like a 5.90 ERA coming in, he goes in, just dominates them. And that's pretty much just the story of this guy's career. He's on the team for this game. This is why he's on the team. So my guess is he pays dividends once again, beating the Cubs for the third time before the break. That is Cubs baseball. Love the Giants. I love them. It's the thing I like about the Giants is the reason I like them is because they get small market treatment, but they're big market, big money team. They always get that. Chris, you love the Giants today. Likes the Mets.
Kurt, what you got from here?
Yeah, I'm just going to go off what Mitch said for that Cardinals-Cubs game. I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm actually going to roll with the Cardinals at -1.5 at +152. I mean, Mitch gave all the stats to back that up, so I'm going to go with that. And then I'm actually going to go with the Nationals on the money line here. I think this is a good value spot for them. And, yeah, I really like what Jake Irvin's been doing this season. So at plus money, I'm going to attack the Nationals in this one. And then
the under is also 13-4 in Michaelis' last 17 against the Cubs. I mean, he is only on the team for this game. It is why he is on the roster. Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that one. Yeah.
What was the last game? Twins, Giants? Yeah. This one's a stay away for me. I don't know about this one. I'm staying away.
Tyone also 2-7 in his last 9 Sunday starts. Oh my God.
Jovan.
Starting to wish this was my top play of the day.
So it's Nationals, Brewers, Cubs, Cardinals, and
Giants,
Minnesota, Giants, Twins. All right. It's 98 degrees out there in St. Louis. Winds going out to center or towards center, left center, I believe. So it has all the makings of this being, a lot of runs. But I'm not buying. I'm on the under. These two pitchers have been pitching well this season. I believe both pitchers go deep in this game. I think they make a lot of bats miss. And I'm looking at a 3-2 ball game in this one. Provided that, either one of these bullpens don't blow up. So first 5, in full game under in that one. That's the way I play it. Nationals, Brewers with a horrible showing yesterday. Their bullpen trash right now. Couldn't put the Nationals away. I expect a high score game once again in Milwaukee. So give me the over in that one. And that's it.
Fair enough. Last slot of the day, gentlemen. Well, in baseball. We have the Mariners and the Angels, the Braves and the Padres, and the Blue Jays and the Diamondbacks. Chris, what you like here?
All right, I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks here against the Blue Jays. Anyone care to guess how many games the Blue Jays have won in Yusei Kikuchi's last 14 starts?
0.
2.
Yes, sir.
2-12 in his last 14 starts. It doesn't matter how well he pitches. It's either he gets blown up, the offense can't back him up, or he pitches well. Like last time out against the San Francisco Giants, 13 strikeouts, and the Jays lose on a walk-off wild pitch. And it always seems to be something. You got Zach Gallen pitching at home where he pitches his better baseball over the course of his career. And I just like him here in this spot. So give me the Diamondbacks there. I'm going to take the Braves on the run line against the Padres. The Padres have had issues against lefties all year long, and they're up against one of the best lefties in baseball, and Chris Sale. I think the Braves get to Randy Vasquez easily, so give me the Braves run line. And I got to take the Mariners on the run line against the Angels. I haven't loved how they've looked in the last couple games of this series, but I can't get behind Carson Fulmer as a starter for the Angels here. I think the Mariners just find a way to get the job done. So I'll lean towards the Mariners in that one on the run line, but don't love it.
Mitch.
So Hunter Green was a replacement for Tyler Glasnow on the All-Star team, but I still say I would rather have Keller. But anyways, he is the All-Star. Pitching like one. Yeah, the Diamondbacks could have a little bit of a letdown coming off of Star Wars night. We all know how big that is. Of course, August 20th, I believe it is, or August 10th, ring night. We sent it to Jay, so he knows he has a chance to get a second ring. But I don't know if National League champion ring is really the one he's looking for. But it's available. First 20,000. But I do like the D-backs here. They're just quietly killing people. I mean, look at the numbers on the bats right now. Just absolutely crushing it. And Zach Gallen's pitching at home. Another all-star snub. He was injured, so I'd rather have him than Hunter Green, though, any day of the week. The other ones were the Braves, Padres. Was that in this one?
Yeah.
Oh, Mariners, Angels. Yuck. These are two teams going nowhere. Seattle's my pick to not make the playoffs. The team that's in right now and will not make it is Seattle. Logan Gilbert's been in pure regression mode as well. 2.94 ERA in the season, 4.26 over his last 10 games. Carson Fulmer, I'm offended personally, but I still will read his name off. I don't even understand how he's with the varsity. The Mariners have dominated the Angels, but I don't know. I think the Mariners are so done. I mean, I don't see it. I'll go with the Angels here. And their 115 batting average versus left-handed pitching over the last 10 games. And what was the last one?
Blue Jays, Diamondbacks, Padres, Braves.
Oh, Padres. Oh, yeah. So Padres and Braves, got to go with the Padres in this one. Vasquez was supposed to pitch the other day, and I took the Padres when he was supposed to pitch, and they started somebody else. I lost. But he's pitched actually really well. He's one of those guys that he hasn't pitched that many games, but his first couple starts were really bad. So his numbers are really, really inflated when you look at the big picture. But when you look at the recent body of work, it boils down to a 1.76 ERA over his last 3 starts. And the Padres are hitting like almost 500 versus left-handed pitching over the last 10 games. So even though it's Chris Sale, he's always vulnerable early. If you're going to get the Sale, you got to get to him early. But the Padres, it's 417 they're hitting versus lefties over their last 10 games. And I know it's Chris Sale. It's not just any lefty. But we all know that if you're going to get to Chris Sale, you got to get him in that first inning. I think the Padres got a shot to do that. I like the top end of their order. So I think they got a shot to get the sale early and maybe hold on for dear life because their bullpen, hideous. Padres need to make a couple moves here. They need. Well, I don't know. What's Joe Musgrove's status, Chris? Have you called him recently? I know you guys usually communicate on a daily basis.
He's on the 60-day IL.
All right, so if he makes it back, that'll shore up the starting rotation. They still need bullpen help, and then, but they'll, the bats are there. Go with the Padres. A lot of Braves on the All-Stars team, right? Usually.
What you thinking here, Kurt?
I'm also going to go with the Padres, but I'm going to go with them plus 1.5. I think this is going to be a close game, and I don't know if they win outright, but plus 1.5 at minus 120. I think that's my play.
I say this with all sincerity and respect. You're a puss, Kurt.
Fair enough. I'm still doing it though. Plus 1.5.
It's a weak play by a weak man.
Mariners, Angels. Yeah, I mean, I don't trust either of these offenses. I'm going to go under 8.5. The Mariners have had some games set at 6.5 this season, and they allowed a third least runs per game. They scored a third least runs per game. I don't really trust this Angels team. 8.5 is too high for me in this one. I'm going with under 8.5. And then, yeah, I mean, Chris and Mitch really said it. Diamondbacks, I think you got to lay the run line with them at plus 140 against Kikuchi and the Blue Jays.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm on the under in that Braves-Padres game. Randy Vasquez, last 3 starts, haven't been bad. He hasn't really given up much. And with Chris Hill on the other side, I expect this to be a low-scoring game. Somewhere in the 3-2, 4-3 range. I think it's going to be a one-run game no matter how you slice it. So, depending on who you like, you can get cash in that one. I would lean Padres, for the outright victory, just because, I think it's going to be a close game late and they get a run across late. So I could see that happening for something like a walk-off. You're going to have to sweat it out. Other than that, that's it for this time slot. Well, no, I'll say this. I'm a degenerate bet the Angels for the sweep. Just cause I don't care if Logan Gilbert's on the mound. I don't care, if Carson Fulmer's on the mound. It's not about the pitchers, it's about the teams. And I think that the Seattle Mariners, they're a light hitting bunch, and this is gonna be another one of those one-run games. You have to sweat it out, but I think in the end, the home team gets it done, and you're gonna cash for plus money.
I'm on the Angels too. It wouldn't be a sweep. It's a 4-game series, but
So Thursday they won.
Mariners won, Thursday, first game.
Got it.
But I'm with you though. I like that shot on the Angels, Javon. I do. A lot of the reasons is y'all know I'm expecting the Mariners to fall off too, like Mitch said. Keep falling off, Mariners, please.
I think they're in trouble. I just think that the Rangers are going to get healthy. The Astros pitching staff's going to get healthy, and the Mariners bats just aren't good enough. And guys like Logan Gilbert and Miller aren't going to get them across the finish line. It's not going to happen. Castillo's hasn't been so great this year either.
Yep. You got to be a bold man to fade Chris Sale, man. You do. You just got to be. He's a guy that gets wins. I like Chris Sale, man. Chris Sale to me has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. I ain't gonna lie. It's how you get it done. And I can't fade him. I can't. In good faith, I just can't, bro. Y'all know I'm a Braves hater, but Chris Sale has made me a believer. And fading him, I can't do. So I'll probably throw Braves money line in a parlay or something. And then I'm with you. Or you could just 2-team parlay them up with my guy Zach Gallen and them Diamondbacks at home at the crib. That's what you could do. Last 2 games on the card, parlay them up. Braves and Diamondbacks. I think you should be just fine. Ruffalo got you out of stack Kikuchi, man. He has not been getting dubs. His team do not back him up. Zach Gallen, since coming back from injury, has been solid. And I just trust the Diamondbacks are going to get back in the thick of things. Like Mitch said about them, too. They were the same spot last year, and we blinked and they were in the World Series. So
they were Los Serpientes.
Los Serpientes. So I mean, we jumped. This is the spot last year. We pretty much jumped on them. We was the Los Serpientes, the sand, the earth tone,
blue shoes, light blue shoes.
You know what I mean?
It's all coming together.
I joined the morning show last year, like right now, like during the All-Star break, and that's when we kind of jumped on Los Serpientes.
Yep, home run derby.
Yeah. So
who's in the home run derby? I don't even know.
Pete Alonso, Adolis Garcia.
Adolis just killed me the other night, man. Oh my God. When was that? What was that? On Wednesday night? Oh, jerk. I mean, twice with the bases loaded, he struck out.
I think what's the name had the bases loaded too that night. Yo, they frustrated the hell out of me.
They had one out with the bases loaded twice and scored nothing.
Yep. Azunia, yeah,
get all out of this.
He's in there.
Get all out of their system.
Ruffalo, what you selling today, my man, on this beautiful money making Sunday?
Got my my $19 MLB pickoff play. I got that as part of my Sunday Slam MLB 3-pack. And I also got a WNBA play on the board as well as some bonus MLB for long-term subscribers.
Hop on with Chris over at Pick Dogs Premium Money Man. Mitch, what you got going on? And what's going on at Pick Dogs coming over the All-Star break?
I've got my top play. I've got a late play. I've got some bonus plays for long-term subscribers. If you bought a 3-day, 7-day, or monthly package and you're currently active, meaning that it expires tomorrow or later, email me, mitch@pickdogs.com, so I can extend your subscription for an extra 4 days. If you're if you're a 30-day or whatever the time differential is for 7-day and 3-day people, we appreciate the support. And we'll owe you days because we won't have picks. Especially me. I know I want to picks. Some guys might have WNBA. I won't. But at Pick Dogs, our new site should be released this week. It was supposed to be released tomorrow. I don't love the way that I love the new site. I love it, but I'm not going to release it just to get it out on a specific day, even if it ends up costing me more money in development costs. Unless it's absolutely running as smooth as it possibly can. We know that, when you launch a new site, I've done it so many times, had different looks on sites. I mean, most people know at Sports Shop Place, I've had like 4 or 5 different logos, different colors. But the thing is that if it's not at least perfect in testing, I'm not going to launch. So we know it's not going to be perfect on launch, and there's things you can't discover until the site is actually out there. But we're hoping that by Wednesday, but it could be tomorrow, could be Wednesday. It will be some point over the All-Star break. And of course, if you guys find glitches and whatever, by all means, let us know, because we can fix those. And a lot of these things we won't be able to see ourselves. Sometimes you just got to take a leap of faith, and just say, all right, we're ready to go, and we'll see it. As for the betting tools, I was hoping to have most of the big ones out there for the launch. It looks like we'll have some new ones out there, but some of them will also be lagging and be released steadily over the next month or so. Once those are all fully released, we'll walk you through them, and I'll probably do special live shows, showing you each one of these new matchup tools and other betting tools that we're going to have 100% free, and just a lot of other things going on. I can't even really mention all of them, but we will have Christmas in July coming out of the All-Star break, and we only run one sale a year, and it's Christmas in July. So that's the chance if you're buy yearly packages. It's only for long-term stuff. So it's our lowest price of the year for yearly packages. And, we don't, it doesn't go past Christmas in July. It just, it is what it is. So if you're thinking about buying a yearly package or, renewing from your last year's Christmas in July, it'll be the time to do it.
There you go. Kurt, What you got
I
going
love
on?
me some Christmas in July.
What you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got my Copa and Euro 3-pack today for the finals, and that really loved that. Had a lot of time to look at it with over a week of time in between the semis and the finals, and then I got my $20 MLB play of the day, which has been really doing well lately. 15-9 in my last 24 MLB, so got those two things for sale today.
There you go. Hop on with Kirk, man. Get you some soccer, some baseball, a little bit of it all over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jovan, what you got going on?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack in the MLB. Really like the plays that I got for MLB. Which is why I have 5. I also will have an individual package up for MLB. I don't have it up yet, but I will momentarily, and I'll have an additional WNBA play going up on board. I actually like some WNBA plays, but just gonna narrow it down to one play that I put out there. So yeah, that's what I got going for today.
There you go. There you go. I got my $19 Major League Baseball play today. Just one play for me in baseball today. Heading into the All-Star break, just playing it cool. And I have one play in the WNBA as well. So 2 plays for me today, both $19 at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's continue to try to kick the crap out of the book. Speaking of WNBA, let's talk about them 4 games quickly before we get on up out of here. We have the Connecticut Sun at home at the crib with the Mercury rolling into town. We got the Mystics at home at the crib with the Aces rolling into town. Fever on the road facing the Minnesota Lynx. And we got the Storm playing their 9th straight home game with the Atlanta Dream coming into town, man. Ruffalo, we did the layup session this morning. So I know it's fresh on your mind. Any gems you want to drop for us here in these first 4? Or in these 4 in the WNBA today? You're muted.
Sorry about that. I think I'm starting to get, a little bit warmed up even more towards the Connecticut Sun here. Even if they do have Brittany Griner, Natasha Cloud, Diana Taurasi play. The Sun have just owned them this season, and I think it's no different here. They're just a more balanced team. They've got more scoring options. I just trust them more. I think this line's only going to go up even further if they don't play. So give me the Sun there, and I'm going to take the Aces as well in a blowout spot. The Aces have started to look like the Aces of the last couple of years, just dominating the rest of the WNBA. And as much as the Mystics have been able to keep some games close and be a covering machine as of late, this is a spot where I think that the lack of bodies just hurts them here. So give me the Aces as well.
Kirk, any WNBA for you, sir?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the under in that Sun versus Mercury game. We've seen them play a 70-45 game, and Sun have had their number all season, especially if those players are out for the Mercury. I really think this under is going to cash fairly easily, as the Sun have been a really good team defensively all season. And yeah, I mean, Asia Wilson's the best player in the WNBA by far, in my opinion. And Aces minus 13 is just one of the strongest plays on the board across all sports today, in my opinion. And you got to lay the points with the Storm as well. They just had a really good victory against the Lynx. So I'm going to go with the Storm on them. I'm going to go with the Storm with the points as well in that one.
Fair enough. Jovan, talk to me. What you like in the WNBA today?
Yeah, I'm on the Sun, and I'm on the under. It doesn't really matter to me whether Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, and the other player play. I just think it's one of those spots where they're in Connecticut. Good the best defensive team in this league. And I think they're gonna stymie, the Mercury and what they like to do. So just one of those situations where got the home team, dominant defensive team. You know, they're gonna slow down this Mercury bunch. I don't think the Mercury get the 70 in this one, to be honest. So that's what's powering me with this one. Defensive leaning game for the Sun. And I'm gonna take the Mystics in the first half. You know, one of the things about them is that they do come out strong. You know, they give a good effort, and that usually serves them well in the first quarter and first half. So if you want to do first quarter also, that'll be something. They are substantial home dogs. The Aces are too strong, so I went back on full game. You saw what happened the last game. They was in it through three quarters. Um, the Mystics were. Then the fourth quarter, the Aces just took off on them. So you know I would back the Mercury. I would not the Mercury. I would back the Mystics in first half, first quarter.
Fair enough. Me, ninth straight home game for the best cover percentage home team in the league, bro. The Storm, they remind me of the Denver Chicken Nuggets. That's who they remind me of in the NBA. I'm on the Storm. I had a home at the crib. I'm laying the points. I think they beat up on the Dream. Dream kind of been free falling here recently. Just think the Storm handled business and beat up on Atlanta in that one. I'm with you guys on the Aces. I agree with Kurt. Aja Wilson is the best player in the WNBA, and it's really not even close, bro. What she had last game? 36 points, 18 boards.
Yeah, like 33 and 18, just insane.
The Aces is back in the form, man. They're looking like the best team in the WNBA again. Like Jovan said, Mystics did play them fairly tough that last game. I wouldn't be surprised if they did again. I kind of that first half bet from Jovan is interesting. But like he said, in the grand scheme of things, when it gets late, I expect the Aces to do what they do, man, and that's beat up on a team that they're head and shoulders better than. And y'all know I can't get out of here with nobody talked about my girl, so I'll talk about her, man. Caitlin Clark. On the jumps or on the layup session, I took the Fever plus the points, and I also sprinkled on the money line. Both teams, the Fever and the Lynx, they 6-4 in their last 10. Nafisa Collier, she's still game time decision for Minnesota. I don't necessarily like that, man. The Lynx haven't been that same dominant team recently. Losers of 3 of their last 5. The Fever, they've slowly started to put the pieces together as the season has gone along. You're seeing Caitlin Clark kind of settle in. Her team not dropping all of her passes that she throws to them anymore. Hey, I think it's worth a shot on the Fever today with the way the Lynx have been playing. So that's the way I would lean the WNBA today.
But
How long do you think it takes for the WNBA to pass the NHL on the pecking order of the major sports? I'd say about another 3 weeks.
That's it. Maybe I don't know because the WNBA is growing. It is growing for sure. So,
well, the other one is shrinking, right? So it's like kind
of. Were you going to say, Jovan?
Yeah, no, I did misspeak. The last game the Mystics and Aces played, it was basically a whitewash.
Yeah, it was the game before.
It was the game before I was talking about where they kept it tough through 3 quarters, and then the Aces pulled off. But yeah, the other one, the last game was a blowout. It was a 30-point blowout at a point, and then fourth quarter the Misses made it kind of respectable for a 21 point loss.
Just a little bit. I love Storm. That's who I love. They go stupid, dummy, crazy at the crib. All right, Kirk, any soccer you want to talk about before we get out of here and we do parlays?
Yeah, I'll just quickly say Spain's going to win this today easily. Spain 90-minute money line, Spain over 1.5 goals. Maybe even take Spain minus 1.5 at plus 480. Spain first goal minus 115. Spain everything. I mean, England, 3 of their last 4 games, they haven't scored until the 80th minute, and Spain's been the best team in the tournament, all tournament, probably the best team in the world right now. So I don't see how England can sit back and defend against the best team in the world. And they've showed no intensity at all this tournament. England, no anything. And they've really had to rely on late goals in almost all the knockout stages in this one. So when they finally face a good team, I think this is just going to be Spain all the way. And
word for word, bar for bar. Hey, for real. That's how I feel about it too.
Colombia, Argentina. I'm going to go with both teams to score here. I think that's the best play in this game. Colombia's 28 games unbeaten, the longest streak in the world right now, coming up against the Argentina team that hasn't looked the best in the last 5 to 10 games. And Colombia with Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez finding his form, and Cordoba up top really holding the ball well, spreading the field. I really think this is going to be a both teams to score 1-1 type of game. So I think this game goes the distance. We could see penalties in this one, but both teams probably get on the score sheet in this one.
Fair enough. Chris, any thoughts on the soccer today?
Give me England to keep a clean sheet in 90 minutes. I'm going with my boy Jordan Pickford, my Everton keeper. Clean sheet 90 minutes.
Fair enough. Mitch, Jovan, anything? I just had to ask. I had to ask. I'm rolling.
I just, I get it, and I've watched soccer in the past, but I'm not going to sit here and, give an expert opinion on something I don't watch.
Yeah, the only thing I ever bet
it's like
soccer is the World Cup.
Yeah, it's like, I don't even bet it, but it's like I'll tune it in, but it's like it's always for me just better places to be with my money. Soccer, it's one of those games that it just always looks. You would think that it's really easy because generally it's low scoring games, and it's, I don't know. It never seems to be as easy as it looks. It just never seems to be that way. It just seems that there's a lot of bad upsets with big odds, that you have to lay on these favorites. So I could see it going penalty kicks.
I mean, the under.
Nature of the beast.
Sorry.
What's penalty? Is there penalty kicks like this one? If to decide, or they just play it out?
They go extra time, and if it's still tied after 2 15-minute halves, it's penalty kicks.
I'll go to be decided on penalty kicks. That would be my bet.
I think that's fair for Argentina.
You're gonna need England to play some hella, which they can, but I don't know. I've been on that Spain monster the whole.
Oh no, this
whole thing.
England, if they're gonna lose, it has to be like a crushing, disheartening loss. That's how they lose. They lose like the worst losses that there could possibly be. But
enough.
I mean, Spain traditionally is a team that loves to pat themselves on the back, man. Loves to act like they they'll come out, score the first goal. I'm just saying traditionally, and act like they've already won the whole damn thing. They're one of those teams. A lot of ass slapping, a lot of congratulating themselves. England's pretty, generally pretty physical, pretty tough.
I think today gonna be a hell of a day for Spain, man. Because didn't the guy from tennis beat Djokovic today?
Not yet, but you could have gone to Spain parlay there.
I know.
Really,
damn.
That would have been all Spain, and Ruflo could have done it he could have announced that with the Castilian accent, but she does so well.
Fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that brings us to
Spain.
España.
Spain. It's like
España.
List, right? Spain. Parlay. It is really cool. Like the guys that really have it, it's definitely a cool one.
That brings us to a lot of people's favorite part of the show, man. Parlay time. And then if you got any extra plays, throw them in there. Rufalo, lead us off. What you got for me here today?
I believe this is what the Spanish call Los Parlay. Give me the Aces. Give me the Braves on the run line, and keeping with the Spanish theme, give me the Mariachi Mets. If you see what I'm talking about, it's fantastic.
Fair enough. Mitch, what you got here?
Parlay actually came from 15th century French, Chris, in case you're wondering.
Oh, pow!
But it's a 15th century French term.
Le Parlay.
Le Parlay. I'm going to go with the Giants. Why not? Go with Mitch Keller, the All-Star Game snub. And go with Marlins against the Reds. I think the Reds just feeling it a little too much. That Hunter Green All-Star and a little too much ass slapping going on there.
Kurt, what you got for me?
I'm going to go with a 3-legger for the soccer. I'm going to go with Fabian Ruiz, shot on target in that for Spain. I'm going to go with Spain money line in the 90 minutes, and I'm going to go with both teams to score in Argentina versus Colombia.
Jovan, what you got for me?
Y'all like favorites and overs, so I'm gonna give you something chalky. Phillies, Oakland Phillies over. Dodgers, Tigers over. That's a 4-teamer, and then we'll do a Florida parlay. Tampa Bay and Miami, 2-teamer.
I'm gonna switch it up for y'all today, man. I'm switching it up. I'm going with a home run parlay. Give me Brian Buxton home run for the Minnesota Twins off Snell. Buxton ain't really hit one in 4 games. I think he's due for one today. Hey, RIP, man, Jacoby Jones, man. He died this morning. Unfortunate news that came out. And I hate to say this, bro. I really hate to say this, but it's true. It's just true. Whenever something tragic happens, this guy always seems to hit a home run. If you're not on Twitter, then you don't know. Give me Nick Castellanos home run, Nicky Two Bags, bro. It's just something about it. He hit one yesterday. It's just something about it, bro. It's just something about Nicky Two Bags. Every time something tragic happens, he hits a home run. I'll retweet the actual tweet so you know what I'm talking about. So you know I'm not just yapping on Twitter if you want to actually see the actual, things behind it. But yeah, give me a 2-team or 2-player home run parlay. Brian Buxton, Nick Castellanos. That's what I got for y'all today. Money making Sunday, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us. Any final words from any of you gentlemen before we get on and about here?
Jordan Pickford's not keeping a clean sheet. That's all I have to
Whoa. Fighting words.
100% keep a clean sheet today.
I'll buy you a Jordan Pickford jersey if he keeps a clean sheet.
They don't make them in my size, so that's a bet you'll probably be fine with.
Fair enough, man. There's no games tomorrow, right? There's no WNBA tomorrow. There's no baseball tomorrow.
Figure out something to talk about.
So me and Ruffalo will show up. I'm not sure what we'll talk about.
There's a home run derby tomorrow.
Is the home run derby's tomorrow? So okay.
Yeah.
So we'll get some plays for that. And we'll just yap it up like we always do. So we'll see y'all then. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. And we out of here. Peace.